Violet paled. No, this could not be happening. Not when she'd worked so hard to become one of Mrs. Harding's pupils. She could not imagine leaving London. Why? She managed to whisper. Because your grandmother needs someone to care for her until she dies, and it will not be me. You have no chance of being married, so I believe this will suit everyone. It doesn't suit me, Violet thought. But then her mother hardly cared about anyone but herself. What about my dowry? She whispered, trying to hold back hot tears. You won't be needing it. If I give your dowry to charity, it will help her chances immeasurably. Violet said nothing but lowered her head to stare at her feet. She didn't want to hear any more of this, for now the truth was clear. Becoming a pupil at Mrs. Harding's School for Spinsters was her last and only hope. Cedric exchanged a glance with Rachel Harding. What do you think? They had been watching over Miss Edwards for the past few hours, unbeknownst to the young lady. Poor girl. He'd seen the way Lady Persephone and Lady Ashley had treated her. He felt sorry for Miss Edwards, but she might be beyond their help. The widow appeared uncertain. I think Miss Edwards has a lot of work before her if she wants to transform herself. She has no confidence whatsoever. Is it any wonder? From the way her own family behaved, they treated the girl like dirt. I can understand why she came to us for help. Rachel was watching over the young girl, her face pensive. I just don't know if it's possible, and I don't want to raise her hopes if she cannot do what is necessary to succeed. Cedric agreed with her on that, but he admitted to himself that he did like the girl. He'd seen the way she'd tried to smile at a gentleman, and even though it hadn't worked, at least she'd made an attempt. She might have the courage that was necessary. Mrs. Harding turned back to him. Was there a gentleman whom you believe would suit her? The logical choice was a dull gentleman with few prospects. And yet, Cedric found himself wanting to play fairy godfather. What would Miss Edwards do with a gorgeous creature like the Earl of Scarsdale? Would she faint, or would she rise to the challenge? Though on the surface it might seem like a ridiculous idea, Cedric trusted his own instincts. He hadn't missed the way Miss Edwards had gaped at the man, and her embarrassment had gone deeper than the unexpected stumble. The Earl had also been kind to her, despite the pair of predatory females who had shamed the young woman. Lord Scarsdale, he predicted. He might suit.